Now this is Road Rash, Electronic Arts, a company that was voted 2 years in a row the worst company about them, which is a tad unfair when you think about it. Anyhow, let's get this done. This is Road Rash, probably one of my all-time favourite Mega Drive games. Wow, I can't even read the text on the telly. Anyhow, the game itself is really, really good. Now this game came out in 1991, and you can punch people. Doesn't get any better than that, to be honest. As you race, you win more races, you gain basically better bikes and stuff, and you can actually knock people off altogether, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. There's at least 3 Road Rashes that I know came out on the Mega Drive, but they've also been ported to Game Boy, apparently. Apparently the Game Boy version of this is one of the only games that was made for the original Game Boy and is incompatible with the Game Boy Color. And I didn't know that. You learn something new every day on Wikipedia. Gotcha. Funny thing is, you go, oh god, is you can do some pretty funny things on this game. You can be knocked off your bike, and you can run the entire race on foot. You've got police that will chase after you as well, which is good fun in itself. And it's got to be one of the best racing games on the Mega Drive or Genesis if you live in the States. It's just a hell of a lot of fun. And again, as you progress, you can get better bikes, and they essentially go faster. The only thing I'll say about this is the game can get a little bit repetitive due to the fact that a lot of the courses just get longer. They don't necessarily they are different, but that's probably the only con of this game. It's interesting the way you actually race, the way the screen moves, because it's, by today's standards it looks very sort of archaic and old, I suppose, but it really does work very, very well. And obviously with the faster bikes, it's very easy to crash. You have more cars on the road. The cars are a pain in the ass because they just come out of nowhere. And you could think of this, I suppose, in some aspects, I suppose, as a very early sort of prelude to Burnout and games of that type, about 20 years before they existed. Oh god, and there you go, prime example. Came out of nowhere, couldn't see it. Oh god, this is like Mario Kart all over again. And this game actually uses a passcode system. There's no way to actually save your game. You have to input passwords so you can then log back into that level of the game. Gotcha. Oh, and you've got a bike life meter as well, which when that gets too low, I think it's red. When you go near your bike, when you come off it, it will explode and probably kill you. Which just adds to the funniness of it all. That's race 1 done. $750 for that. Yeah, again, has a 2-player mode, although you have to take it in turns. Although the second game has a 2-player mode with split screen, which will be interesting to see how that runs, because a lot of people nowadays are obsessed with frame rates and stuff, which is how it is, I suppose. So I'd be curious to see how that runs. But it came to this game just thinking it over Commodore Amiga, Game Gear, Master System, and as I said, Game Boy. It had a sequel in 1992, Road Rash 2, which I remember they added things like chains and stuff. Road Rash has been on the 3DO, apparently. Road Rash was on Windows 95, I didn't know that. Wow. Got a 91% praise for its music, graphics and gameplay. So it's a good game. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a lost gem from this time period as such, but it's good fun. The soundtrack itself is very hit and miss. Personally, I like it, although for some people it can be just kind of grating and grating and annoying, but I kind of like it. Mega Drive has some very, very good soundtracks on it. This is running on a Mega Drive 2. The version 1 of the system doesn't necessarily tend to go for more money, but they are rarer to get hold of because they have stereo sound built into them and stuff. And I discovered a few things about when I got this Mega Drive, like that the Mega Drive was region locked after about 1992, which I didn't know, because I've got a that was close. I've got a Mega Drive game, a Terminator game. It says it's designed for something called the Sega Menacer, which, from what I've read, is a light gun game. It's very average. It's a very average game. It's just a really sort of average shooting game. A light gun, I suppose you could say. But, interesting things that I didn't know at the time when these systems are out. Makes you feel your age. I've got to say, I've just been playing War Thunder on the PC, and it's not bad. It's if anyone's, I'm sure people have heard of it and played it. It's really quite a challenging game. I'm crap at it, whether it's a controller or a mouse and keyboard. But I definitely recommend it if you want something that's a little bit there are different modes to that particular title. You've got arcade mode, you've got simulation, realistic battles and stuff. I just tend to stick with the arcade mode, but it's a game I definitely recommend people check out. I'm sure you must have heard. There's a few others as well. There's a World of Tanks, and I think there's a ship one as well. As I said in my Jungle Strike video, I'm trying to get hold of a copy of Rolling Thunder 2, but getting a copy with the manual and the game is actually quite challenging. And as I said in the previous video, a lot of these old games, the prices are inflated on eBay, for some of them especially. I'll figure something out. Rolling Thunder 2 is probably one of my favourite games probably ever made on this particular system. Extremely challenging. Extremely irritating at times as well. You've got these, if anyone's played Rolling Thunder, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, especially those ones that shoot down below. It makes it poor choice of words. They shoot basically from their crotch, and it makes it more and more difficult to dodge it. It's good fun. Funnily enough, it's not on any collection apart from Nintendo's Wii channel. It's not on any collector's editions or anything, which I'm quite shocked at. because it's such a good game and it's not available on anything but Nintendo's platform. And I don't own any Nintendo systems, as in modern Nintendo systems nowadays. They all, the only system I own is a 64. Boys, get rid of viruses. So I gotta say, playing this on a big, I'm playing on a 42-inch telly, it does look, oh no, it does look like kind of like crayon, to be honest. It looks like someone's coloured it in. It's a very, very sort of interesting look. Hey, these bloody cars. The police do appear on this game later on as well, which is another quite cool thing. Just trying to not crash into anything. It's so difficult to see playing on this telly. As I said, the tracks tend to get longer, so they can get a bit repetitive. Best to play this game in small doses. Well worth buying if you get the chance. Again, this is another game that I haven't seen on any mega collections or anything. You know, you get your Sonics, which is, that's. But there are so many other games out there that deserve to be on these collections. And I've got the Ultimate Sega Mega Drive collection on Xbox 360. And that's good. It's got some good titles on there, but other than Sonic, it's launch titles like Altered Beast, the Golden Axe games, which are fantastic. Oh yeah, you can drive cows on it. Altered Beast, Golden Axe, all three Streets of Rage games, which, as I've said before, the third one I've seen on eBay for it's 80 quid it goes for now. Which is immense when you think about it. Apparently it's a very, very rare game to get in with the boxing booklet on it. I don't lie, the game is... I wouldn't say this game is particularly hard. It's challenging at times. It really is, but it's not a hard game at all. But it does get harder the further you play it, because obviously the bikes get faster. I should be able to buy me bikes or anything. Let's see if we can buy a new bike. Oh no, I've never done. Buy a new bike, I can't remember now. There's something immensely satisfying out of punching someone off a bike. I said you can use I think there's at least one or two weapons you can use on this, although I have no idea how you get hold of them. And I know on number 2 you can have a chain, which is really effective. Oh, and that's it. You get the weapons from the other AI characters. You've just got to sort of hit them. And some of them just tend to drop weapons and stuff. Oh, you twat. Excuse my language. Oh god. It's costing a fortune in tyres. 8th place, not bad. And Sid is apparently behind me. That's not Sid from Toy Story. suppose the nearest game I can put that's similar to this in some ways is probably Outrun, which that is a hard game. I'm sure you've probably played Outrun at some point. That is, depending on which version you play, that is a really difficult game at times. Just staying on the road and picking the different routes and stuff. I've got to give a recommendation to the Elgato device. Alright, I've only ever used this device for most of my recordings, and I've got to say it's brilliant. It's captured everything that I have so far: 64, PS1, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 3, 360. Apparently just PS4, Xbox One. I want to do some Master System footage. The only issue is that I have a Master System 2 which only has the old RF out cable. It doesn't have, I believe this is running on AV out, I believe it's called, which I've got running to a component which is your red, yellow and white lead. So in order to record Master System footage, I require the original Master System. So that's something I'm looking into in the future. It's funny, the games that you sell as a child in order to get the next thing, and those are the games I now regret selling. Things like Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap. I did do a recording of Alex the Kid not too long ago, and that was through PSN download, which was pretty cool. But I would like. Why have I got player B? What have I done? One more race? Yeah, through PS. Oh, there's some police officer. I can't read the text, so I can't even read what he's saying, unfortunately. As I was saying, I have to recommend Elgato to anybody. It's brilliant. This is the original Elgato. This isn't the 60 frames per second one, but if anyone can give me any dibs on whether that's what that's like to use, because this device is just brilliant. I mean, I've seen a few others advertised and they're supposed to be quite good, but they all tend to be predominantly HD devices only. They don't tend to do a lot of this older stuff. And I mean, personally, I've collected a hell of a lot of this sort of stuff over the years. And unfortunately, some of it's just so old that it just doesn't work with newer stuff. See what I mean? Those cars come out of nowhere. Yeah, I have read about the Elgato, the 60 frames. 60 frames per second version that came out recently. Oh, he's got, he had a bat. That sort of thing, if you have to punch him and he will give you that bat if you can. Come on. No. Hey, look, there's a copper. There's a copper off scene. Oh, I missed it. He will continue to chase you throughout the race. That was close. is I guess you could say, a spiritual sort of sequel to this, which came out called Road Redemption. It's on early access on Steam. I can't remember what it's called. But it looks kind of like a modern retelling of this, except it looks mental. You can fly over buildings, shoot people with Uzis and all sorts of various weapons. It just looks really, really good. But I don't tend to back things on early access. I never have. Maybe one day, but I'm just inherently distrustful of a game that isn't complete. I mean, developers release games that aren't finished that you've paid full price for, so maybe in the future. But it's not something that personally I'm that particularly trustful of. And that's level 1 complete, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's well worth the time playing. Good fun. Definitely recommendation. I would say the second game is probably better. Personally, I think the second game just adds a little bit more. And anyhow, thank you for listening. Hope I didn't bore you too much.